guys, and welcome to another episode of Pony 411. This is episode 91 for the week of February 15th. I am your co-host Alcatraz, and with me, like usual, is Nemesis.
Buy our toys.
Yes, buy our toys. We've got an interesting episode. A lot of news. A lot of merchandise news.
If you wonder why.
Yeah, a little thing called a toy fair. So yeah, we're going to get through that, and then we're going to do a bit more of an in-depth discussion on some of the news that came out. It was a bit more important than the rest.
News will never end.
Yes, so that part might get a bit spoilery, but we'll let you know when we get there, if you're worried about it. So yes, start off with the not quite as important news as the news we're going to talk about later. If you want to follow along, you definitely should. You can find our show notes at pony411.libsyn, that's libsyn.com/show notes. So go there, click the link for this episode, and get that loaded up. So, let's get to this. In convention news, Tabitha St. Germain will be attending Emerald City Comic Con. So, it's up in our direction, Seattle. So, it'll be cool if you're going to that. TrotCon has a few community guest announcements. They're doing a podcasting, and podcasters Choco Pony, Emily Jones, and Pony Toast from various podcasts will be in attendance.
But not us.
But not us.
We don't go to Ohio.
No, we don't go to Ohio. It's a bit of a drive for us. Or flight, whichever way you want to take it.
Steamboat. Good luck on
Yes.
that.
Yeah, let's take a steamboat to
Ohio.
What's wrong with that?
Nah. No
They're not, landlocked or anything. Andrea Libman and Heather Newfer will be attending BronyCon. So if you're heading up to that. BabsCon has announced Jen Blake. Focus on the comics. And last of the convention news, John Delancey will be heading to the Grand Brony Gala. So he's getting back into the convention ring.
Yeah. After having to cancel one appearance because of scheduling.
Yeah, some stuff came up that he couldn't reschedule. In fandom news, the Overmare Studios has released a bunch of concept art in the upcoming game. A whole bunch of artists' works. So, that's character drawings and weapon drawings and a whole bunch of stuff. So it's really cool to look at.
Pony Raiders.
Yep. A new project called Friendship is Wild started to raise funds for Wild Aid to help fight against illegal animal trade. So if you want to help that out, go check it out. A new meetup group called Sea Bronies has been made in the wake of that cruise scam that we talked about earlier. So
This one's legit.
This one is legit.
For one, they're not asking for money.
They are not. It's being organized by a bunch of people that are known, including Purple Tanker. They're not asking for any money. It's not like you'll pay for tickets through them. They organize when and where, and then you go and pay for your own tickets and that kind of thing. So, not a scam this time. The comic news preview for Friends Forever number 14 is up on iTunes, as usual.
It's the Spike Luna.
Yep. Due to the situation on the West Coast harbors, there's a strike going on. All IDW titles that haven't already been shipped and arrived will be delayed.
Yes.
This has nothing to do with IDW. Apparently some people are already yelling at them.
Why?
I don't know why, but it's not their fault. The harbors are stopped.
Anything that's supposed to come out this week has been delayed.
Yeah.
Till the 25th, apparently.
It's probably going to affect a lot of other things, not just IDW.
Yeah, it's affecting a lot of stuff right now.
They released an article talking about it. Tony Fleeks has dropped a sneak peek of the castles in the upcoming Tyrek and Nightmare Moon comics for the Fiendship is Forever series.
Fiendship is magic.
Yes, Fiendship is magic. What he said. I am not doing well today. IDW and Hasbro have extended their licensing partnership for another 10 years.
Oh, the Pony Comics Forever.
Yep. But that includes things that aren't
like Transformers
and such. So, yes, another 10 years of IDW and Hasbro. Hooray. So let's move on to some of the merchandise news. Some of it, yes. We'll get to the other ones later. A My Little Pony version of Guess Who is shown up on Amazon.
The faces don't actually talk, people. They never talked.
They never talked. I don't care what the commercials said.
It did say, though. Remember that?
They did?
Yeah, they said that right at the end of the commercial real fast, like something like faces don't actually talk.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Hot Topic has mini Funko Pop Discord and Rainbow Dash keychains. Might have to get one of those. The Build-A-Bear Cadence, Luna, and Shining Armor plushies will be available March 20th. So we have a date on that now.
Yeah.
Diamond Select has revealed their Pinkie Pie bank.
She has a cupcake. The
She
large
does.
one.
Yeah, big cupcake. I'm pretty sure that's where you put the money. I want to say. I don't know. Because Pinkie doesn't look big enough to actually put coins in. The second wave of squishy pop figures has appeared. This has got CMC and Lyra in it. So.
Hey, remember when we thought they were going to show us the cutie marks? Well,
yeah.
apparently the new designs just shows their names instead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they use the cutie marks from fan art. Well, yeah, they use it from fan art, but it got confused because the artist who drew that now works for them. Yeah, we talked about that a while back. Anyway, moving on. A possible McDonald's or knockoff Equestria Girls Applejack doll has appeared on Taobao.
Yeah, it's
kind of weird, which would
Yeah,
fit for McDonald's or knockoffs.
Yeah,
no
it
clue.
could be a McDonald's figure. It's very much fits with that whole real cheap dollar toy.
Yeah. Wave 13 of the blind bags has been confirmed, and it is Apple family themed. So if you like apples,
Buy some.
buy some. Some more images and information on the Friendship is Magic collection has shown up.
Yes.
This is the Big Apple family one
Thing.
thing.
Apparently this is not going to be the end either.
Yeah.
They're going to do
multiple
more.
pieces and add-ons and a whole bunch of information.
Show
more than we
accurate
can cover.
stuff based on scenes from the show.
Yes.
Hooray.
So it looks really cool, actually.
Blind bag-esque, but not quite.
Yeah, some of them I think are blind bag molds. Some of them
That's
are not.
the Applejack
So,
bucking a tree is not.
yeah. So yeah, really cool information. So I recommend going to check
Varying
that
sizes and prices.
out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I hope you have a lot of space because you're supposed to kind of, I guess, build Ponyville out of this stuff or something.
Or at least just Sweet Apple Acres.
For now.
For now.
Like they said, they're doing more. And if they're
Yeah.
doing more, they're going to be doing like Twilight's Library and the Town Hall or something. I don't know. Buy our toys.
Buy our toys. Yeah, at least they're making good ones to buy. Images of the Cutie Mark Magic Main 6 brushables have also shown up. And more merchandise news, but this in particular is from the New York Toy Fair that is that ended or is that still running?
That is, it's either just ended or it's going on till the end of the day. I just know it's Friday, Saturday. I don't know sure if it's a Sunday thing too or not, but
Yeah.
all the
It'll be over by the
information-
time you hear this.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's something that's been going on. Included in that is a whole bunch of new stuff and things. So, images of the Twilight and Rainbow Dash pillow pets showed up. Those are interesting. I think you put a pillow inside of them.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
So yeah, they're interesting. They're pillows, so they're not going to be show accurate, obviously.
Very stubby.
Yeah. A Pinkie Pie cake game thing has also shown up.
Surprise.
Yeah, it's her popping. I'm not entirely sure what the game entails and what you do, but yeah, she's popping out of the
Pinky
cake.
pop out of the cake.
Yep.
Before she eats it all.
A whole bunch more information about the Zap codes on the new toy lines and the Friendship Celebration app that will use them has come out as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, Zap codes, it's not QR codes. We said it was QR codes initially because everyone else thought it was QR codes, but it's this
They
whole
work like
proprietary
QR
thing.
codes.
It's like QR, but it's a whole separate thing,
Yeah.
which means they don't have to follow very rigorous design or anything.
Yeah.
Plus, yeah, apparently there's two different apps. There's going to be a Pony app and an Equestria Girls app, depending on which toy it is.
Yeah. So yeah, bunch of information about that. Click the links in the show notes that you should be following and read more about it. Moving on. A bunch of Rainbow Dash figures are joining the Funko Pop Hikari, I think you pronounced that right, lineup.
Yeah.
It's one pose, really
Yes.
cool pose, but a whole bunch of different colorizations. I think they look really cool.
Yeah, the Hikari line is different. It's somewhat similar to the Funko Pop line, but it's...
They don't all have big heads and little bodies.
Well, they still have big heads.
They have big heads, but not quite the same.
It's not to the same degree.
Yeah.
I mean, go look up. The Funko has a bunch of them on their website. You can just look it up. It's just a little bit different. It's still stylized, but they don't have, like, for example, they don't have the black beady eyes
Yeah.
so much. So, yeah.
But they look really cool, so. Speaking of Rainbow Dash, Diamond Select revealed their Rainbow Dash bank at the Toy Fair as well.
Still one more, guys, you have to do for sure.
Now we can just skip that one.
I will throw things at you.
You do that anyway.
I'll throw heavy things this time.
Funko will be adding a Spike, Cadence, and Shining Armor figure to their normal vinyl lineup.
Hooray!
So for all those people who want a Spike figure, they can get their Spike
All
ones.
2 of you. Oh, wait. I'm
Now.
not sorry.
Don't upset our
the
listeners.
Cadence, because then I can get the 4th princess finally, because I have 3 of them. I need 1 more. I got 3 of them I have to finish. Of course, then it's like, well, she should have Shining Armor. Then, yeah, this is what happened.
Yeah.
This is how you lose control of your life. But I'm never going to get Spike. Who cares about Spike?
Some people care about Spike.
Who cares about them? And then we just lost some listeners. Oh, well.
Yeah, there goes some of our listeners. Nice going. Some new Water Cuties brushables have also appeared at the Toy Fair. They're basically the same, except they have translucent wings.
With glittery things in them.
Yes.
Rainbow Dash is one of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a
Cutie
thing.
Mark Magic line as well. Surprise.
Yep. Images of the new fashion-style ponies have also appeared, including one of Coco Pommel. Yes, Coco Pommel's getting her own fashion-style pony.
You guys like Coco, right?
No one likes Coco. Yeah.
Almost everyone.
That one actually looks pretty good, so.
Yeah, she's finally getting a toy.
Yep.
And since she's also apparently supposed to come back, I believe they said season 5 that she was coming back, so.
That'd be interesting. Recurring background character.
And, well, not, I'm not sure, but I know they said she was probably coming back. And I remember them saying that at some point. So, she's getting a toy now.
Hooray.
Along with a Dash, which is her gala outfit, a Rarity, which I believe is also her gala outfit, and a Pinky in like a bathrobe or something.
Something like that, man.
Bathrobe and slippers, it looks like.
And last bit of our normal merchandise news, images of the new Pop figures have appeared at the Toy Fair.
Not
the Hasbro Pop, not the... Yeah, they should really work on their naming schemes.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Yeah. But yeah, and these ones include the new metallic and the scratch-off ones.
Yeah, there's a metallic... They had a metallic Fluttershy Rainbow Dash on display with different wing styles as well.
Yeah.
And they had a Cadence, which was like black, except you use this like little pen thing that comes with it, and you scratch off designs and whatnot, or possibly just scratch off the whole thing. I'm not sure.
It's like there's a black coating over top of it, and you slowly scratch off, and it reveals the glittery whatever underneath it, so you can draw your own designs in that.
Or just,
you just have to be really careful.
Very meticulously making the whole thing pink.
That
if you're... It's like, I want Cadence!
Well, you just take a thing of steel wool, then probably it would work.
And then scratch up everything underneath, too. I think it's plastic. I think it's not... I don't know.
But it has to be scratchable, so you get some
But I'm wondering if it's permanently scratchable. Or if it's something weird coating that you can... I don't know.
I think it would only come off once. I don't know. That's all we know.
I just know she was...
images and a quick little video of it,
you scratch things off. Like, okay, that's interesting.
It is an interesting concept.
But what's important, though, Sunset Shimmer.
Yeah.
And Twilight, too. But she's already got a toy, but she's getting more.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's some of the normal merchandise news. Some other news has also come out that's a little bit more important to future things.
Not that important. It's not like... Who cares about this stuff? I mean,
so yeah. You want to start with the Equestria Girls news, or do we want to start with that other one?
Well, we should probably start with, I guess, the Equestria Girls.
Let's start with the Equestria Girls news. So during the Toy Fair, they released a whole bunch of toys, obviously.
Well, even before then, they're already starting to leak out.
Oh yeah, they're starting to leak out, but they did a whole bunch of those videos of people talking about them, of the new Equestria Girls movie, Friendship Games,
which they finally officially confirmed.
Yeah, they finally officially confirmed it. We have a release date, sort of.
Fall 2015.
2015. We don't know exactly when.
My money's on late September, just like Rainbow Rocks.
Yeah.
That's where my money is.
Yeah.
Early October at the latest, but no later than that, I suspect.
Yeah. Also, a whole bunch of toys revealing some information. If you don't want to hear spoilers, we're going to get a bit spoilery here as we go over this.
Bail!
So you might want to tune us out. Yeah, so fair warning on that one. So, yeah.
Also remember, though, it's merchandise and toy stuff, so this is not, I mean, I see 100% accurate.
Yes.
Because merchandise people never seem to be totally on board with the writers are doing.
Yeah, it gets pretty. Sometimes it'll get close. Most of the time, sometimes
Sometimes it
right
gets
on,
very
but
like
sometimes they'll miss
it gets
the
murky.
mark.
And it's like it's almost there, but it's
Not
some
quite.
details are wrong, or sometimes just straight up wrong.
Yeah. So, some of the things that they revealed is pretty much like the antagonist line of toys.
Yep.
So we now know sort of what's gonna go on. The friendship games apparently Canterlot High has never won these friendship games. It's apparently a recurring event that goes on. And
Canterlot High is not perfect.
Yeah, I know. And one of the other schools in the
Crystal
area,
Prep.
the Crystal Prep, has always won it.
Yep. The Crystal Prep Shadow Bolts.
Yep. And
We
they're going
kept
to
calling them Shadow Colts, but apparently that was an error on whoever first broke the news.
So yeah, now we know the two sides of this. We have the Crystal Prep Shadow Bolts, which okay, I will go with that.
It is Shadow Bolts.
Yeah, and the Wonder Colts. Apparently there's 3 different aspects to the games: archery, motocross, and
rollerblading. Skating,
blading, whatever. Close enough.
it's actually skating though.
Yeah, skating's at
There is a difference.
4, the 2 and 2 instead of the inline 4.
Should have made a roller derby.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Especially since rarities. Oh, she's first all frail, and then someone takes her off.
Well, she has a little bit of knowledge about roller derby, as we saw in the recent comic.
Yeah, well, now she does.
Yeah.
Well, that's Pony Rarity, though.
Well, yeah, so that would be a nice little crossover there. But alas, it is not roller. As far as we know, it's not roller derby.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've actually got names of some of the antagonists too, including an interesting
one
bit.
This is a really interesting one. Which
a
is
really interesting bit. So, I mean, we have the Wonder Colts lineup, which is Rarity, Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, Applejack, Sunset Shimmer, and Rainbow Dash.
Duh.
And then the Shadow Bolts are named Sugar Coat, Sour Sweet, Lemon Zest, Indigo Zap, Sunny Flare, and Twilight Sparkle.
What?
Yes, Twilight Sparkle on the Shadow Bolts as part of the Crystal Prep. What could this mean?
Antagonist Twilight,
but is it the Twilight we know?
It's human Twilight. We know it's human Twilight.
Yes.
Duh.
That's...
Come on.
Yeah.
It's human Twilight.
So yeah, that's
the first
thing.
big,
That's the first big... Whoa.
Oh, hey, guys.
Okay. That shakes things up a bit.
Because we never had an evil Twilight.
Yeah, we haven't. Speaking of evil Twilight, that's another thing that they revealed. We don't know much about this yet, but it was said near the end of the movie, we will see a, what do they call it?
Midnight Sparkle.
Midnight Sparkle, or Midnight Magic Twilight.
That's the toy name. They're going to call her Midnight Sparkle. That's the toy name. They're not going to call her Midnight Magic Sparkle or whatever.
That's way too long to say.
They're going to say Midnight Sparkle.
Yeah, it's like, wow.
Yeah, that's a wow. It's like,
that's a thing.
And it's a toy. It's like she's got, big fancy wings and stuff. But it's obviously human Twilight because, this one has glasses.
Glasses, as we saw at
and
the
a lot
end
of the toys
have
the Twilight toys have glasses, so this is indicating that's human Twilight right there. So it's interesting. So yeah, it pretty much confirmed, yes, human Twilight, as we suspected, is going to play a major role in this movie.
Yes.
I mean, we suspected that because of that teaser at the end of Rainbow Rocks. I mean, you're not going to tease something like that and, she's going to appear for 2 minutes in the next movie, not unless you're cruel.
Yeah, that would be horrible.
Yeah, and we're gonna see she's gonna probably be an antagonist, and somehow she's gonna turn into this Midnight Sparkle thing, which I'm suspecting because it's midnight, it might be some Nightmare Moon-esque type thing, possibly.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Which is like, wow, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Now I'm all like, what is going on here?
Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering, they seem to be pushing Flash some more.
Yeah, which is worrying, which also kind of leads credence to my theory of it was an executive mandate too, that he even exists in the first place.
I'm wondering if Pony Twilight's even going to show up in this one.
That's another thing, is people are saying Pony Twilight might not even show up.
Yeah, it might be that way. I mean, all of the dolls have pony ears.
But Yeah, all of them. So
All
we
of
can't.
it all. So that's
base
kind of
anything.
a interesting.
There's no way to base anything off that. It's all pony ears. But there's the Candle High place which has a glass, non-glasses Twilight in it. So
Yeah, so we're getting kind of conflicting information, which isn't unusual from merchandise.
yeah, merchandise
tend
never
to do that.
never ever take anything merchandise 100% at face value. We can speculate and kind of glean information off it, but we can't necessarily say, oh, this is 100% what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But that would not surprise me. They'd have to go bring Twilight back so that we have a Twilight versus Twilight face-off, because come on, that would be awesome.
It would be awesome, but I don't know, it might be Sunset's taking the place in this time. Because she's an established character now.
Yeah, now she's established, as some people point out, she's the Equestria Girl's Twilight now.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're using the Flash thing with that, because they're gonna take human Twilight and Flash and try and make a connection there. They could. I could see
I told you earlier.
Yes, I could see this.
I could see them think about it, because also we also know Josh. As Megan McCarthy revealed, Josh Haber is writing this one, not Megan McCarthy.
Yeah.
So, and I'm trying to remember which. I think he was responsible for. I'm trying to remember which one episode's responsible for, but I do think that this would be like a way to kind of get out of, let's be honest, a problematic thing. As in, it's never been well handled. It's never been well, as we remember back when our Equestria Girls episode, we kind of went on a pretty long time about why Flash is bad.
Yeah.
And, well, that's right. He wrote Castlemania.
He wrote Castlemania.
So,
yeah. It's
kind of interesting, but we have to... It would be a nice way to solve a big problem, which is Flash is a problem in general, not only from a fandom standpoint, from a narrative standpoint, he is a problem now.
Maybe they can actually make the romance work, but give it to the human Twilight and then ship him off to Crystal Prep at the end of the movie, just to get rid of him.
As well, from a fandom problem, he's a problem as a fandom standpoint is that the fandom doesn't like him for various reasons.
A lot of the fandom doesn't like him.
From the kind of shallow, as in he stole my waifu, to the pretty much he has no character, the romance was forced, and shallow and all that stuff was we covered. But on a narrative standpoint, there's a problem of two different worlds, two different species.
Yeah.
That's a kind of a problem, and I don't think they kind of occurred to them until more recently. Like, that could actually be a problem.
So yeah, if you go, well, maybe Sunset will help, maybe the human Twilight will have, problems that Sunset will help resolve, and then Flash and human Twilight will get paired up, and then you can ship them off somewhere else.
Yeah, by doing that, they kind of get rid of this kind of, it's still not the best solution, but it's a solution to a potential problem, because we saw the 2-pack, which we know about, which is Flash and Twilight. It is definitely human Twilight. It comes with a pair of glasses, and she comes with a cell phone.
Yes.
I mean, based off that, you have to go with that's human Twilight.
Don't the cell phones have each other on
Yes, they have the faces on it. Also, by the way, the Flash doll is the ugliest thing I've ever seen from this Twilight
seriously
ever.
Derp-faced.
Derp-faced, he's got some weird...
Look at his eyes.
He's got abs for reasons.
It's a male doll.
It's like I've seen that picture of that
male doll.
It's the Pokemon Ash from Pokemon, and it's a action figure and pulled up, and for some reason he's got abs under his shirt. It's like, why?
Find me a male doll that doesn't have a 6-pack.
Well, 6-pack. A lot of them don't. I guess they have 6-packs, but they have muscles. But yeah, they actually give him like a.
Yeah, it's just like
and we see it. Equestria Girls. No, he doesn't have these things.
Yeah.
He's not a muscly person. So yeah, and he's just got a bad face. It's just this weird fish face. That's a fish face because you see his mouth and stuff or something. It's like, what in the world is this? But yeah, I would speculate that I'm gonna actually I would put money down on they're gonna put Flash with human Twilight based off all this stuff. This is their way of. This is their out. This is what TV Tropes calls the author's saving role.
Yeah, I can see him
because it gets rid of multiple problems at once. I mean, I still kind of raise the thing of what about Pony Flash, and that scares me. But
yes, because then they could.
Yeah,
they could.
But of course, then there's that would also bring. I would just kind of hammer them with isn't that kind of ethically iffy? Because I'm replacing this guy I liked with you.
No, they could pull it off with the I liked him and you're similar, but
Still
get
kind
to
of.
know him anyway and just build it that way. It would still be.
I mean, as I've said before, if they had given him a personality, I would have been fine. But they never bothered. And it's 2 movies now, and it was funny because they had this person telling us all about these Equestria Girl stuff, and they're talking about the romance. I'm just like, what romance?
The budding romance.
There's nothing there. You can't call it a budding romance.
Well, it was budding just very, very badly.
As we
slowly.
saw, the Twilight toys as well. Moving on a little bit, I guess. A lot
Yeah.
of them have like a little S buckle, which Shadow Bolts, because apparently all the
Mhm.
antagonists have the same S belt buckle thing, and it's okay. So she's a Shadow Bolt somehow. She's in
archery.
which is it's this whole thing. It's like, well, we know that Pony Twilight is kind of not good with hands for good reason. She's only had hands for a total of like 96 hours. If that,
Something like that.
that's not really a lot of time to really. In a good chunk of that was spent sleeping or something. So not a lot of time to figure out hands. No magic hands. What do I do? Whereas Sunset's been there for like 3 years, so of course she's figured out hands.
Hands are quite useful, but
And
complex.
what I'm thinking with Sunset is on a motocross thing, although we've seen the toys, those don't really look like motocross bikes, which I suspect they're not going to look quite that way in
No. Well,
movie.
already the dolls
Or
look nothing like the show,
the, so I would suspect those, especially since they have like detachable wings.
they
that go
have
on
detachable wings that you can
the
put on the
figures.
dolls, which is like, all right.
Wait.
I'm wondering if that has any connection.
I don't think
it
so.
does.
Yeah, it's like with Rainbow Rocks, they had the Vinyl's car with the sunglasses windshield, which was I don't think that's going to be a thing, but I think they're going to go
Vinyl's
ahead.
car was a thing, but the sunglasses on the car
I don't
weren't.
think they're going to go ahead in the movie just do actual motocross stuff.
Yeah.
So not street. Because those look like Tron-esque street bikes.
It's like street bikes, but really big. Yeah.
Very Tron-esque.
Yes.
It's weird.
Now, that would be interesting.
Pony
We have
Tron.
fan animations that have done
Pony
that.
Tron crossovers. There's a lot of fan stuff there.
Yeah.
Go look it up. It's serious. See, that's what I suspect. It's just, okay, so the overall thing, I think, okay, so Crystal Prep, though, that's another thing. Crystal.
The Crystal Empire.
I would think that would mean possibly Cadence.
Or Sombra.
Or Sombra. Or also possibly Shining Armor might be showing up as well. I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
That's Twilight's brother.
Yeah, I could see that.
Maybe he was, he'd have to be graduated at this point, but maybe he was like one of the reasons why Crystal Prep kept winning.
Possibly.
He was one of the one of their, like, I guess their ringer.
Yeah. I'm assuming that something with the Midnight Twilight has to do with the research that Twilight's been doing into the school.
It is something. It's obviously magic related. Duh.
Obviously.
Somehow,
But, we saw that she's
human Twilight
researching
is transformed by
something's going
magic
on,
somehow. Whether it's for good or for bad, but apparently it's towards the climax or of the movie. So she's like sunset demon / nightmare moon thing, possibly. Because like I said, that whole midnight thing kind of makes me think.
Nightmare Moon-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that speculation of what would happen if fans have had for a long time. What would happen if Twilight got infected with the nightmare thing? Well, and so here she's also human, but
Yes. That'll be interesting.
yeah, it's just So we already got all this stuff just from a toy fair. I mean, Hasbro's really bad at keeping secrets. I've already said this
Apparently,
before.
yeah, they are.
It always leaked out all leaked out before the toy fair. It's like they're revealing plot elements through the toys as well because they don't care. They just care about selling the toys. They know little girls aren't paying attention to this.
Yeah.
This is for the marketers and stuff, and I guess us who are all paying attention like fools just watching these videos and reading these articles, just looking for any story stuff because we can't help ourselves.
Yep. And with this hiatus.
Yes, that too. At this point, we're almost at a year.
Yeah.
That's what it means to me. We are now officially. This hiatus is officially the longest one the show's had.
Yep.
As of, I think, a week or two ago, we went past the season 3-4 hiatus.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Speaking of hiatus, I think we've spoken enough about Equestria Girls 3.
For now, unless I remember something later.
Unless you remember something. So the other thing, season 5.
Again, still no actual release date.
No actual release date.
Watch that PonyCon thing is going to tell us the release date. That's after the day after we record, of course. So I'm going to have to sloppily edit it in.
Yes. Probably. But yeah, we've got a little bit of information that did finally come out.
Yeah, I got 2 trailers.
2 trailers. And I don't know how many of us listening have seen the animatic that came out a while back.
Oh, by the way, still spoilers.
Still spoilers. Yes, we're still doing spoilers. A lot more information. What looks to be the premiere episode.
Well, yeah, it's often
Obviously, it's just
they usually show the premiere in these things. It's like, hey, just nothing but premiere, and then we start getting stuff about the next episodes as they. Does anyone check Zap to it?
It looks like the Cutie Mark magic is going to be connected in some ways. I wonder if this is going to be an overarching plot line. I mean, what those two trailers revealed, a whole bunch of snapshots. Some of it we've seen already from the animatic, the whole crystal, the castle and the map and going to the town and the equals Cutie Marks. Now we've got a bit more information going about what's potentially our antagonist.
Well, at least our antagonist for that episode for sure.
The episode, yeah.
I'm almost certain that's the antagonist. I mean,
it pretty well says that this is, but some other the background stuff going on, like that wall of Cutie Marks, that weird staff thing.
Which probably is tied to the Cutie Marks.
Which is probably tied to the Cutie Marks.
Based on the fact there's like on a pedestal right next to that wall.
Right in front of it, yes. With the equals sign above it.
Twilight pulling an Akbar.
It's a trap!
Exactly.
Yep. But yeah, looks like they're stealing Cutie Marks.
Yeah.
For one purpose or another.
Likely to force everyone to be equal.
Duh. Happy. Yeah.
No special talent. You're just like everyone else.
So it looks like sounds like that's going to be our tie-in with Cutie Mark magic.
Yeah, which they've also shown is a thing. Yes, it is. They've confirmed it's a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, which is kind of obvious. Kind of the writing was on the wall already, but they now confirmed it's definitely the kind of the running theme. Because, I mean, opening up also with being stolen Cutie Marks and stuff, like, yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
The question is this going to be like a running story again, like season 4, or is it going to be more in depth? Are we going to actually have a serialized season this time?
I would love to see.
We keep talking about this, and they keep pushing closer and closer towards it.
Yeah, but we don't have anything that can confirm that. I mean, they pushed Rainbow Power really hard, and then we only saw it
toward
in
the
the
end.
finale.
It's like, is this going to replace Rainbow Power already? That's my thing. It's like, we just got Rainbow Power. You're already replacing it? Is that it? Or is this like an extension of Rainbow Power? Or what's going on? Are we never going to see Rainbow Power ever again now?
We might not ever see it again.
Which would just be weird.
Yeah, it may have just been a marketing thing. They used it at the end.
They kind of should bring it back again, because that was kind of, well, they did all that just for one little bit. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be a connection.
Okay, we saw there's an antagonist, a villain. It looks like she's the villain. It's a unicorn.
Yeah.
It's a very pale purple.
Lavender.
As people have noticed, she has a very uncannily similar color scheme to Arya, but that's obviously probably
I
not
don't think
Arya.
there's a connection there.
You never know.
Some people had been pointing out there was on packaging a while back, there was this image of this weird alicorn.
Which Jim Miller says is nothing.
It has been confirmed there is no connection there.
Supposedly. But I did notice another thing about the Toy Fair, though, was they showed like a bunch of the Cutie Mark magic stuff, and here are all our main ponies, and right there was a purple and I guess
bluish teal.
The turquoise like teal color. Yeah, because that's the thing. She's like very light purple, and she's got purple teal hairs. That's why a lot of people went, "Is that Arya?" No.
Yeah. No, but they're just a pony in the matching style and colors. Like
it's like right there. It's like, what's going on here? It's one of the main ponies. It's like
core ponies. Yeah,
core ponies. It's like
core ponies.
And I'm wondering, and based off this, it's like I'm wondering, is she gonna be like? Is this gonna be our first recurring villain?
Yeah,
because that would be amazing.
I would love to see a recurring villain.
And before the Jim Miller debunked it, I was like, is she gonna become an alicorn somehow, and we're gonna have an evil alicorn running around?
Yeah.
But now and that might have been also just she was supposed to be the villain, but they accidentally goofed.
Yeah.
It could be. I'm willing to suspect that was supposed to be just her with a horn, but they goofed and gave her wings too.
Possibly, yeah. Jim Miller has no idea what that.
That's probably what it is. It's just really blurry photo of an alicorn. It might just been it was supposed to be the villain, but they screwed up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because remember, way back in the animatic, people saw an alicorn in the animatic, but that's been since removed. So it's just one of those oops, which has happened before. Remember, just multiple times they've screwed up somewhere, some way. Which also, speaking of which, I remembered another reason why you should never take merchandise stuff 100% is because they kept calling Fluttershy like Shutterfly or something.
Yeah, she said Shutterfly in one of the videos. That was kind of funny. It's like, yeah, I kind of messed that one up.
So that's why you should never take all the information they give us as 100%.
Yeah. Because they're just going off a script they really don't know all that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a couple other interesting little things in these trailers. Like, they are definitely referencing the loss of the tree.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's right. We saw Twilight and Spike looking at it. And it's like, oh.
Yeah.
They already confirmed they were going to do something with that and what we got. So apparently it's going to be at least touched on in the first episode, if not later as well.
So yeah, it's...
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be awesome. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on exactly, but it's obvious. Okay, they have to go to this town and they have to save these. It's equalists.
Equalists. Yes.
If you know what I'm referring to, congratulations.
Yeah, it's still no release date though.
Yeah, still no release. So just know spring 2015. But I would suspect no later than April. And because if they premiere in May, they are now running into October, and now really narrowing the window on when Equestria Girls 3 can go, because they're not going to have Equestria Girls 3 premiere while season 5 is still airing. It's going to be one right after the other.
Yeah, that would definitely make sense.
I also have a little bit of a theory as well, but a couple actual theories. Number one, as you notice, Sunset is getting a big marketing pony push as well.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
wondering if Sunset, because again, in Rainbow Rocks, they established mirrors open now anytime, if Sunset might appear at some point during season 5, which I would love. I think I'm not alone in that anymore. I'm not alone in that. I mean, I've known multiple people now would love this. Yeah, this Sunset showing up in season 5. I mean, have her show up for some reason or another.
But of course you would love that.
Of course I would. But
of course you would.
And then there's the other one. This is the crazy one that I have no actual proof of whatsoever, but except just kind of circumstantial stuff and just suspicions. But based on the fact that season 5 is... Okay, before season 3 to Equestria Girls, 4-month gap. Season 4 to Rainbow Rocks, 4-ish month gap. Season 5 to Friendship Games, like a month gap at most. I'm wondering, and this is me just basically speculating, if somehow for the first time they're actually going to directly tie Friendship's Magic to Equestria Girls for the first time. Like before, they've kind of been they've been kind of having them distinctly separate.
Yes,
but I'm wondering if this is like the first time, like possibly from a narrative standpoint, they're actually going to tie the two together in some way. Because let's be honest, if you're watching Equestria Girls, you watch the show.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to go, what's going on? Who is this? I don't know. No, because you're watching the show. Unless you're a movie reviewer, in which case you're not going to really care anyway.
Oh, they will care, but no one will care about what you say.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering if they're going to... That's why part of the reason why season 5 is... Because they've already confirmed it's not delayed because of Equestria Girls. They said they worked on simultaneously. They've already confirmed that because a lot of people thought season 5 was delayed because of Rainbow Rocks or whatever. And no, that wasn't the case, apparently. But it would be interesting if they are actually directly tying the two together. Like, possibly, again, if she's a recurring villain, if she, like, somehow... I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's just, if they directly tie them together, well, kudos. I think at this point, most people wouldn't mind.
Well, if Sunset shows up in season 5, then there's an obvious tie in there.
That's something we have an absolute tie. But yeah, it's one of those... If they actually tie them together, well, kudos, because, well, at this point, a lot of people initially wanted them distinctly separated, and now a lot of people are willing to see them intermixed.
Yeah, as long as they can keep the movies at least as good as the second one.
Yeah.
The first one was kind of...
Like we said, it was okay.
It was better than we were worried about, but...
It's mediocre, but it was fine. It was watchable.
Yeah.
Rainbow Rocks was great.
Rainbow Rocks was great. This one...
We're hoping.
We're hoping again. We're going, oh, it could be good, but it could also be not so good.
Of course, we're at that same point with Rainbow Rocks at one. So
yes.
We'll just need to see more, like maybe a trailer.
Yes.
Of course, last time we remember when we first got our first Rainbow Rocks trailer, it had nothing from the movie in it.
Oh,
it was all from the shorts.
All from the shorts. And then we had that one that really didn't...
It didn't inspire confidence.
It did not inspire confidence at all.
Yeah, we had 4 sneak peeks, and one of them was bad.
Yeah, that was like, oh god, oh crap, we were all hyped for this, and now we're not so much anymore.
And then the next one, we're like, okay, I'm kind of hyped again.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm just wondering at this point they're going to tie them together in any way, meaningful way. Because
I don't know. I think they could go either direction.
It's basically like more or less Friendship Games is the real finale of season 5, in a sense.
Maybe.
But again, I don't know.
I don't know if
It might
if
just be kind
Pony
of they
Twilight
start a
never
plot.
shows
It
up.
would also be cool if they kind of have a side story that starts up in season 5 and continues and finishes in Friendship Games.
I don't know if the only Twilight we see in Friendship Games is a human Twilight, then there's absolutely no reason for a connection.
But
between the
she's
two.
not, then if we see Pony Twilight, then there's a connection. Might be a connection.
Unless the
established.
events of the season 5 finale are directly related to the beginnings of Friendship Game.
Who knows? Another
Maybe
reason.
The reason why we have a midnight Twilight. I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of
Magical signature, and just like what the.
You know,
And
I don't know, they
human
could-
Twilight detects another weird energy surge or something. Like, what is that?
Yeah, I could see him pulling it off, but I don't think they would have to.
They don't have to,
think-
of course, but it's
I don't
just be
think it would.
cool. I think.
Yeah.
And I said this is baseless speculation, just based on the idea that they're really close together this time around, like really close, and that's not a coincidence. I don't think.
It could be.
It's just kind of weird. So it's like, so if it's not a coincidence, and we know season 5 wasn't delayed because of Rainbow Rock, so why was season 5 pushed back so far? And I almost want to say because they wanted to put it next to Friendship Games. But
I don't know. I think it's possible, but I think it could go.
Could also have something to do with other stuff coming up in the future.
Yeah, there's so many reasons.
Or they just
and
wanted
we're
to just shift the schedule.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons it could be, and we're not really privy to everything going on behind the scenes. Really, all we can do is speculate. But either of those options are completely possible.
Well, like I said, I like it.
Yeah.
I think if they pull it off, they could really do something.
I
great
think they
here.
could pull it off too, but
Also,
I would-
that reminds me of another thing from Friendship Games. I wonder if they bring back the sirens in any way, shape, or form.
that would be interesting to see at least where they're going with it.
Yeah, but we don't know. We know nothing. We're just speculating.
Nothing at all.
We know some stuff now, but we don't know a lot of context either.
Yeah.
Oh well. But there's also more stuff beyond this, because 2016 and 2017 in the future of ponies.
Yep. I think that's the last little bit that we've
just
got.
the last little bit of big information. So number one, we know 2017 the movie's coming. We know that. We've known that
Yes.
for a while. We know the movie is now apparently getting a bigger budget.
Yes,
something.
apparently they're going to be expanding its budget.
Mhm.
There's things
ponies
are
are doing
really
really
hard
well.
to read, but them and Gem are getting funding come the next couple of years.
So we know that. We know the movie's coming. We know the the movie's already in production, at least pre-production. It's at that point. What I think, two things are interesting about that. It's one, it's 2017 beyond. That doesn't necessarily mean beyond 2017, but it could mean we're going to get more pony stuff, fiction-wise, after 2017.
Yes.
I mean, we're obviously getting more merchandise.
Oh, yeah, they're not just going to stop.
But the
selling
question is,
merch.
after 2017, is it more Friendship is Magic, or is it a new series, or what?
Yeah, or they're
'Cause
just going to continue pushing maybe
Typically,
the comics. Or,
with animation, once you get a theatrical release movie, that's pretty much where you end. You very rarely get anything beyond that. I mean, Transformers G1 went another season after, but
some other shows have as well, but they
it's
usually it was usually a last minute.
once you get
Let's
a movie,
just keep it going, and it's not very
yeah.
good.
I mean, but once
afterwards.
you get a movie, usually that's pretty much where you stop. That's pretty
Yeah.
much the end cap. But the other interesting thing though is 2016 is marked with film for My Little Pony.
It's marked with budgeting.
But
It's the content investment evolution. So it could be, because it's 2015 and 2016 are marked as cash investment for the My Little Pony film section.
Yeah.
It could just be that that's just where they're dumping money into the movie.
However, here's the other thing. Hasbro would be stupid to go over a year with nothing. Because think about it. If they just Friendship Games is the last thing until the movie, that's a long wait. That is a long time with no branding out, no marketing, real TV show or movies or anything, just nothing. That would be stupid. So the question is, though, from there, is it a season 6, Equestria Girls 4, or both? We don't know. I think Hasbro would have to be stupid to not have something there.
Yeah, there's got to be something in 2016, but I don't
So
know.
the thing is, as they've said, this is the worry comes in. They said the movie is canonical with the series. You come to a point, and they ran into this problem with actually, again, the Transformers movie way back in 1986. You have to write the movie, and there comes a point where you're done, but they still have to make the show. You run the risk of accidentally.
Yeah, so the writers for the show have to be well aware of the movie
And
the writing,
and they
of the
have to
movie.
make sure they don't accidentally step on the movie's toes, and the movie doesn't step on the show's toes. Like what happened with the G1 movie for Transformers was they had the movie and it was being made at the same time as season 2, so they had all this stuff that kind of what happened was a lot of stuff happened in season 2 that just is completely flat out ignored or contradicted in the movie because they didn't know because they didn't talk to each other like at all. So you had this stuff like everyone's talking about. There's Devastators in the movie. He's like the only combiner, but they've had like 4 more combiner teams show up in season 2. So it's like, why? Where'd they all go?
Yeah. Space magic.
I guess, but it's just so that's a real risk of accidentally kind of contradicting themselves if they either. That's another thing is I'm wondering if they actually kind of already started work on the season 6 if there is one.
Yeah.
To make sure they don't do that because there would have to be one more if that's time for one more season and then the movie starts and then we have nothing. I have no idea beyond that, but I would suspect that is the big end cap for My Little Pony is the movie.
Yeah, that's what I would assume.
And anything beyond that is Gen 5, possibly, or just comics or whatever.
Yeah.
I would suspect this is the big end cap. I do not think there will be a season 7.
My Little Pony Extended Universe.
And then we get bought by Disney and all of it nullified.
Oh. As long as Fox doesn't get a hold of half of it.
Oh dear. And Fox never got a hold of half.
Yeah, not a whole half, but yeah, Sony gets a piece of it, Fox gets a piece of it, and, that whole thing that's going on.
And then we have to get... And then a couple years down the line, everyone celebrates because Twilight's back in the main canon.
Oh, God. Oh.
But, yeah, it's...
Wait, did you just put Twilight and Spider-Man together?
Well, not Spider-Man together, gosh.
Because someone else has been doing
I know that. And that's probably why it popped in my head, and I now want to bang my head against the wall to get that out of my head. But anyway. Yeah. So I don't know. We don't know, but I would suspect there is a season 6 right there in 2016. They're kind of...
There should be something. There needs to be something there.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, we got this problem of you got over a year. Because let's be honest, I'm willing to suspect the 2017 movie will probably be fall. It's just a gut feeling of just how kids' movies are. You don't go if you go into summer, you run the risk of running right up against a blockbuster.
Yeah.
So fall is probably a safer bet. Spring might be, but that's one of those falls. Probably I'm going to go with safer bet just so I don't get my hopes up. Most likely a fall, maybe even a winter release, like a November or December release even.
It's possible.
It's like that's kind of often a dead time for movies, but not so much anymore because people get wised up and now they're moving their big movies to November and December. But
we know writing for season 5 has been done for a while, so
it's
possible that
season 5 is going to premiere in the next few months. We know this.
Yeah,
it's going to be no. So I'm still saying no later.
It's quite possible that they've already have. If they're doing a season 6, they would have already begun writing for it.
Yeah. I mean, I was wondering if like season 5 and 6 they actually did all of it at once to make sure they don't run afoul of the movie now.
Maybe. I don't know. There might be a reason for season 5 taking so long.
Yeah.
It's possible. We have no idea. So.
Or possible just restructuring. So. It's just crazy. So we got this kind of this vague roadmap of where things are going. Mm-hmm. We could kind of eye it a little bit, but still a bit blurry.
Yeah. I think that's about all we can talk about. That's all we have for now.
Maybe in the future again.
So, yeah, I think that'll be where we end our discussion.
For now.
I do not have any music for fan content. And Nemesis, I don't think you have a fanfic, but I think you have some updates.
I have an update.
You have an update.
And that is Pinkie Pie Swear, the shipping fic with Sonata and Pinkie I featured last time. It has, since I featured it, it got 2 updates.
2 updates?
Yeah, actually one of them was like the night of recording, so it was weird.
So we might get another one, maybe.
Well, not the night of, it was Monday. But anyway. And these chapters, still going. These have now finally we got into Rainbow Rocks itself in this series. Remember, it takes place mostly before Rainbow Rocks. Now we're getting to Rainbow Rocks proper, and we've already started to see the kind of the divergence from the actual movie. So it's still following along, actually surprisingly well to the movie, but it's starting to diverge now. So there's that. But it's still very enjoyable. So There you go.
I think that's everything.
That's
So,
everything for now.
for now, yes. See where things go in the future. So, that brings us to our close. It's a fairly well-length episode. If you liked what you heard and you would like to hear more past future episodes, you can find all of our episodes at pony411.libsyn.com. That's Libsyn. Make sure you spell that right. You can also find us on iTunes. Just search for Pony411 and you can subscribe and have it auto-download and all that fancy stuff there. You can also find us on Stitcher.com or on their app. So search for us on there and whatnot. You can also find us on YouTube if you don't want to download anything. It's youtube.com/pony411. So you can go subscribe to us on YouTube and leave us comments and whatnot there. You can also listen to us on Ponyville FM. We air there every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. So tune in and listen to us when we air. If you would like to contact us, send us an email, suggestions, comments, questions, or whatever, criticisms, yell at us for whatnot. We can take it. You can email us. We're pony411podcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on Twitter. We're at pony411, so follow us there. You also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/pony411. We post little bits of news and whenever an episode gets posted and such like that. So you can also contact us individually on Twitter. I am at Alcatraz_ with a 7 instead of a T, and he is at Nemesis Prime 1.
Transformers.
Yep. So you can follow us on there, listen to us, tweet at us, whatnot. So I hope you liked what you listened to, and I hope you'll tune in to our next episode, whatever it will be about. We will figure it out. So until next time, please pony responsibly. See ya. This is episode 8.
Oh! First time.
Yep, right off the bat. All right.